Welcome to Schenectady today in and around the Capital Region. We're so happy that you're joining us today. We have a great show lineup, great information, places to go, people to meet, all kinds of things. We're going to be starting out learning about a new production coming out calling Oz, and it's of course the story of the Wizard of Oz, I'm sure, and we'll learn more about that. That's going to be over at Sage. And then we're going to be learning about My Size programs. They've got some great programs coming up, Asteroid Days coming up. And then, of course, we're going back to Schenectady here for the SICM, which is the Schenectady Inner City Ministry, their big lunch program that they have all summer long. We'll be talking about that. And then we're going to learn about the Upper Union Street Strawberry Festival. Yay, I love strawberries. And then we are going to be talking with a marvelous author. I've read quite a bit of her book. And it's letters that her dad wrote to the mom during World War II. It's a wonderful book. It's very inspirational. And then we're going to be talking with a woman that is involved with the Final Exit Network. And we're going to be finding out more about how you can learn more about what she's doing and what the organization is all about. But we're going to start right out now. And Melinda is usually with us talking about taxes, but we're not talking about taxes. But you did bring an interesting guest. You brought Glinda.
No, I brought the Wicked Witch of the East.
Of the East. So that's not Glinda?
No.
I wondered
Glinda's
about
the
that.
Good Witch.
You're the, oh, so you're
She
the
is
Wicked
not the
Witch.
Good Witch.
I'm the evil witch.
You're the evil witch. Don't you love her outfit with her hat? I love her hat. Tip your head forward a little bit. Look at that hat. Isn't that really cool? So tell us about the play. Comes with Wildwood Programs. You're involved with that, right?
Yes.
It does. And it's under adult education. I'm the producer. She's the actress.
You're the actress.
So I think she is going to be able to talk way more about the play than I am.
Okay. Well, then tell us about the play. How closely is this to the movie, to the book?
It's a parody off of it, but there's a lot of similarity. But then there's also a lot of difference. Like Dorothy is not Dorothy. Dorothy is actually Beth.
Oh, okay, so it's not Dorothy. It's another person that's going to get...
And everybody calls, everybody in... Beth is... she was in a car accident with her sister, and she was driving, and her sister Jill had died. And
this is a different story then.
It is. It's a different storyline.
Oh,
and
I love it.
And she goes into dream stage where she ends up in like a twister, and she ends up like meeting the Guide of Oz and meeting like the Tin Man and the
so you have the line,
the Scarecrow
and okay,
and
wonderful. So what is your part? Because you don't look like an evil person.
I come out as very evil, but then I start to like back off and get nice, and I get evil again because I try to get friendly with the group, and I follow her and go with her to see the Wizard of the Oz.
Oh, so you join them.
I join them, and I try to be like, I am mean, but then I try to like, I kind of get nice and try to fit in and try to like make friends.
I want to know, does the house fall on you?
No. That's my sister.
Oh, that's your
and
sister. Okay.
Well, Beth, in the whole thing, everybody will call her Dorothy, and she's like, I'm not doing this whole wickety-wick dog thing. I just want to go home. And she's
still living in Kansas.
When she realizes in the whole play, as she teaches me that it's not good to go around holding grudges and being sad and wanting to get revenge.
There's a message.
Because I want to get revenge on, Dorothy, which is Beth, and, get her dog and get back at her.
Is there a dog in it?
There's a dog.
Yeah, good. You gotta have a dog. Is it Toto or is another different name?
It's Toto.
Okay.
And the house fell on my sister, so I'm getting mad, and I want to find Dorothy, which is actually Beth, and she teaches me that you can either in life be miserable and be angry and be mad and get revenge on people
and only hurt yourself.
Yes, or B, you can just be happy and and enjoy things in life and not miss all the wonderful things that are going by. She teaches me that, but also teaches herself that. Does she want to go back home and stay in the same stage and be sad and grieve and be angry and be hurtful because of people, or
It
does she
sounds
want to
like-
move on?
It sounds like you're really enjoying this play.
It was really good because actually the character relates on me because I'm a #1 Wizard of Oz fan.
Oh, okay, good. So this
And the
works
witch is my favorite. The witch is my favorite
out.
part.
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
when can we see this play?
The play is on Friday night at the Theater Institute at Sage in Troy.
The Meter
The
Theater.
Little Meter Theater, yes, at First and Division Street. It starts at 7 o'clock. We have about 175 seat audience there, so it's perfect.
And how big is the cast?
We have about 20 people in it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, 20.
Are you doing the monkeys and stuff? No.
We're doing
We
a
have
little
the Munchkin
Munchkins.
Guards.
We have
Okay,
Munchkin
Munchkin-
Guards.
okay,
yeah.
good, yeah.
We have the
And,
Munchkin Guard. The
I'm
Mun-
just trying to
It's
see what you
the
picked
we
up.
have the
Yeah.
Munchkin Guard, and then we have the Mayor of Oz.
Okay.
And it's a fun show.
And then
it's
the big-
fun and it's funny.
Can you bring kids to it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
This is
absolutely.
great.
Yes.
Now, the author of this, is this a new play?
This is Don Saulitis, and we have done another play of his. We did the Greek Olympia Gonza in the fall, so we said, let's go with him again. And it was a takeoff on all the Greek myths, and everybody had a great time doing that. So we said, we'll go with the same author, and it's really fun. The characters are fun. The dialogue is fun. There's a lot of neat messages all the way through, too, that people, as we talked about,
I love
you know,
I-
like on the way back
I love
home,
your
you're going to be thinking about it, you
Yeah.
know? And that's the idea of theater. And I think our theater art show has been in existence for 8 years. It's under
And this is the first time you've been here.
I know, really, Ann. So
I don't
it's
know.
okay.
I'm going to have to talk to you.
Every semester. Okay. So
She's
we
usually
do-
you're talking about taxes, so this is a departure, but
This is
it's
great,
a
though.
great departure.
Yeah, and I just want to mention the Community Foundation, Lucille Harold Trust Foundation have really helped us with the funding for that, to be able to rent spaces in the community. Our main thrust is to be in the community and at theaters. We've been here at Proctor's, we've been at SLOC, we've been at Capitol Rep, now we're at the Theater Institute. So we like to go to different locations out in the community. That's
Well,
the
you need to
main
try the
purpose.
Addy here. Isn't this a great space?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we have a lot of
very
fun
nice.
here. And for those of you who wonder what our background is, because it's like, what is it? Where are they?
We're
Are
not
they
in
on some
Soto.
remote
We're not in
island,
Kansas.
or where
We're
are
not in
they?
Kansas.
This is a set from Young Dr. Jekyll, and this will be the last week that we'll be here with this set behind us, but it's always fun. We never know when we walk in what's going to be here, so maybe it'll be you next time with another play.
It sounds like our class. You never know what happens when you walk into our class.
That's
'Cause
right.
Our teacher Ron Glasser, who is amazing.
Oh, I know.
And he's awesome. And every week there's something new and amazing. And he's funny. He's just funny. And he, when I started out with a very small role, but each time my role got bigger and bigger. And he always gave me something different, challenges. And then at first I'm like, oh, can I do the challenge? But I always rise above and always conquer the challenge.
But it
and then
makes
I'm
you
like,
feel better, though,
yeah,
because
and then-
each time you can say, oh, I can reach the next step.
Yep.
And the next step.
Yep, and our cast and our plays and stuff we're so small that we started out at school, and now we're big in the community, and each time we do bigger and better, and we try to get more audience.
I
And
might see you on television someday. Who knows?
And do you see what acting does?
Yeah, I know.
And-
I mean,
and-
she's on
and-
television
It's
today,
beautiful.
but she may be
and I
in
love
a
it.
production or something.
I just love Melinda, and I tell Melinda that acting is my #1 favorite class ever, and I just love everybody in it, and we always get new students each time that want to come and do it because they hear
And
so
what
much
a way
fabulous
to
things.
express yourself and to
Yeah.
have fun. That's
have
the main
fun.
thing, is having fun.
Having fun and building relationships,
Yeah.
trying things that are new, communicating in a way that they haven't, getting out of their comfort zone. Oh, let's play a part that you really don't feel comfortable
Yeah, and
playing.
especially like she's playing an
That's
evil person,
big.
and she is certainly
She's
not an evil person. You can
No.
tell that. But we want to encourage you to get a ticket and go over there. The tickets are very reasonable, what, $5 or
$5,
something?
yep.
Bring your
$5.
kids and enjoy, have a theater night out, and explore the wonderful theaters in our area. And this one, especially, only 8 years old, but they're doing a great job, and we're going to get them on the show again sometime. Thank you both for being here, and I guess I have to say, break a leg.
Yes.
Good. Good. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be looking at the Strawberry Festival. I don't know if Madeline knows that, but we're going to be showing, and this was from a few years back, and then we're going to be talking about the STEM classes and Asteroid Day, and stay tuned, find out what's coming up.
Okay, take your microphone off. Thank you.
I have a funny feeling that's not the first time.
She's quite the little girl.
Yeah, especially this one too.
Welcome. You know, it's handmade, but berries.
Strawberry Festival, but of course it's going to be different this year, and we'll find out more about that from Madeline when she's on. But right now we're going to be talking about STEM classes. This is so important in the summer. Get your kids into some classes where they're having fun and don't even know they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
So Tara, tell us
That's
about
the
it.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually going to pass this one to Danette,
Okay,
since she
sure.
oversees the
Yeah,
classes.
you're the director of education.
So
Yeah.
we have lots of hands-on activities throughout the entire summer. So July 2nd through August 31st. Each week has a different topic, and students from 1st and 2nd grade can choose topics like Glow World Glow or robot. And then we have a lot of 3rd through 5th grade classes about astronomy, space exploration, Lego robotics. And we even have a couple 6th or 8th grade classes. So
Are you
1st
doing
through
anything
8th
with the
grade.
Challenger Learning Center?
Yeah, so lots of classes will end and culminate in a mission in the Challenger Learning Center, which is a
It's
space flight simulator.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
If you don't know about it, the Challenger Learning Center is an amazing, it has mission control, and then you get into a hatch and you go to the satellite or the space station,
Yeah,
and you do
exactly.
experiments on there.
Yes,
It's and you feel like you're there.
Yes, it looks like a movie set.
Yeah, it does.
It's completely closed in, and you feel like you are out in space. The only
Yeah.
thing we haven't figured out is how to get rid of gravity, but
Yeah, gravity's
That's the
a
only thing.
problem, but it
Everything else
is,
is
yeah, and
pretty
at
real.
least you don't have the alien thing coming out. Yeah, that's a good thing. You're right. And then you also have Asteroid Day, and what makes Asteroid Day an important day?
Well, Asteroid Day was actually started by the lead guitarist from the rock band Queen, Brian May, who is also
Did he really?
Yes.
I did not know
yes,
that.
so it's really interesting. I also did not know that he is an astrophysicist by schooling. So he started this
Get
as
out.
I know, I was floored too.
Who knew?
Who knew? So he started International Asteroid Day as a worldwide celebration, I guess this may be the wrong word, but to build awareness about asteroids
Good
and
for
the
him.
possibility of them impacting Earth and what that could mean. So we're part of a global day of recognition of what asteroids are, how they
So it's
can
not
affect
like
us.
TV where it hits and then wipes out Earth or something.
Hopefully not,
Yeah.
but that's a possibility,
It is a
and that's what
possibility.
he wanted to, and also to inspire young people and people around the world to
look
take an
up,
interest and look at the
up.
sky. So we
Yeah.
have our Dudley Observatory at MySci. Dr. Valerie Rapson, our outreach
she's
astronomer,
amazing, yeah.
is great. She's going to bring out some of the meteorites from the Dudley's collection, so people can come and they can touch a meteorite, they can participate in solar observation, and she'll have a couple of other hands-on activities throughout the galleries, and that's on Saturday, June 20th.
And I understand that the last asteroid that hit, that they've got, because Chris Hunter was on, and he was saying that they don't hit that often, is what he was trying to
Oh
say.
yes, I can't remember. Ann,
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You're not expected
I'm not
to
the,
know.
I'm not the
expected to know.
astronomer.
And if a big giant one does come, we could just give it a little gravitational tug and encourage it away from the Earth. There's no worries.
Yeah. Or
I think we could handle it.
anti-gravity.
Or even harness anti-gravity in the next 6 months
Wouldn't
or
that be
whenever.
nice?
however
Yeah.
long.
But what
And-
we need is these kids to take these classes so maybe they can figure out how to help us prevent asteroid impact in the future.
Because Will Smith might not be here at the time.
Right, we might not have the whole team of Willis and Smith and
Doing that. So what is Bubble Day? Because we've got photographs. Can we bring up those bubble photographs? Because when I posted them, they're going to be bringing them up now. Oh, I guess they are. And so what is Bubble Day?
So Bubble Day is also going to happen on Asteroid
There they
Day,
are.
which is June 30th, Saturday 30th, and
So you're
it's just
doing
gonna
a
be
twofer.
Yeah, it's going to be a super packed day. So bubbles are kind of a great introduction to a few scientific concepts. So within a bubble, you notice that there's a lot of different color going on. So you can talk about light and rainbow. Little kids are really just into bubbles. So
And they're
going
going
to
to learn about Roy G. Biv, right?
Yes, exactly, right, yep. So bubbles are a really fun way to talk about shapes. How come you can't make a square bubble if you blow it from a square wand? It's
No,
not
it
gonna
just
come out.
wants to
No.
go round, doesn't
There
it?
is a trick to get a cubed bubble, though.
Can you get a cube?
If you blow lots of bubbles around each other, so the one in the center could be a cube, or even a more.
Okay, can you do that?
I will perfect my bubble technique for the 30th, so that
Right.
I can try
And
it.
so all of this is part of the admission, right? So you don't pay separate for
Free
anything.
with admission. That's right. yep.
Okay.
Not the classes, though.
No, the
If-
classes
yeah,
are
the
different.
classes
We
are
understand
different.
the
But the
classes are
Asteroid
different.
Day activities and Bubble Day are included with My Sci General
And you
admission.
also have your brain exhibit, right?
We do.
I know, I got to get over there and see
Yes.
it.
We
because-
do.
And I'm just like one of the kids because I want to get in there and do
for
it.
all ages.
I push those kids out of the way. Get out of the way, kids.
Move it, kid.
I want to get in there. No, I really don't do that.
Come volunteer for one of our classes.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'd
I'd
love to
to
have
do
you.
that. Yeah. And but I love science. It's just one of those things that I'm a math and science major, so this is why I love
Now you
science.
must. You told us your background.
Yeah, we
you
didn't
have
know
to come.
that. You're going to be
Yep,
hooked in
you
now.
have to
Yeah,
volunteer
no, I
now.
love science, and it was always something. And I'm still curious. You know, I'm still poking around and find something. I got to take it apart and put it back together again. I do the invention convention, I guess, eventually, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think you have it for people my age. But anyway, so how do people sign up?
Well, you
For the
can
classes.
for the classes, you can register through our website, mysci.org. There's a link from the homepage to register for summer classes, and it's a simple online form and payment process. Or if you'd prefer to call, you can call our main number, 382-7890, and dial extension 280.
Now, the
They'll register
classes,
you.
just so that everybody understands, can they sign up for 1 week or 2 weeks or the entire session?
Yep.
I mean, how does that work?
Exactly. Yeah. So we
You
do-
pay for what you get.
Exactly. So
Right.
they're in week-long increments. So you could pay for 1 week, or we do have students who do stay for the entire summer. But yeah, you could do 1, 2, 3, all the way through 9 weeks. We have.
And each one has a different theme,
Yeah. Yep. Each one has a different theme.
so they're not repeated. Yeah.
We do have a couple repeats, but there's almost always another option.
Okay.
So we might have a couple 3rd through 5th grade classes. Lego robotics is wildly popular, so we have a few sessions of that. But while Lego robotics
Look at
is
that. I
going
mean, look at
on,
the classes. I
we
mean,
have,
that's amazing.
We also have some science heroes, science of superheroes. We've got dinosaurs, so students who maybe already have done Lego robotics can try a different class.
Yeah, that's great. So, so it's basically the cost would be based on the what you get. So
Yeah.
that's pretty simple.
Yeah, right.
And I understand you also have like if the parents need the kids to be there a little longer, they can do that.
That's
Is
right.
that-
So there's extended care in the morning and in the afternoon. So from 8 to 9, that's a little earlier. Our
could dro-
classes
they
are
could
9
drop
to 4.
'em.
So drop them off at 8, and then you could pick up as late as 5:30. So
Okay.
the aftercare is 4 to 5:30.
So you make it very, very
Right, yep,
accessible.
and use as much as you want. You pay a flat fee, and then use
What do they
one
do about
evening or
lunch?
every
What do
evening.
they do about lunch?
We are a SICM site.
Ay,
so you are
yay!
contact
We got them in the audience here.
Yes, right. So kids should bring some snacks. They can bring lunch, but lunch is provided every day through
Free
SICM,
lunch, free
right?
lunch.
Because we're a site.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there is a super unique program at the end of the summer, week 8, August 20th through the 24th. We're partnering with Schenectady County Community College and several other partners to present a manufacturing week. It's innovations
Oh, how
in
exciting.
technology and engineering. It's for 6th through 8th graders. So the first day is going to be at my side. Then parents are going to drop off at different manufacturing sites in Schenectady County.
This is
So we're
amazing. We do
partnering-
have a lot of manufacturing
yeah,
going
so
on in the
SDS
area.
Steel, we're going to drop off there one day. We're going to partner with Package One to 3D print a keychain that they're going to actually get to design. And we're going to go to the new Mahonison Center for
How
Technology.
great, great. There's so much going on, and we are so blessed to be living in an area that we have so many things available to us, and especially MySci, one of my favorite museums, the Museum of Innovation and Science. And get over there. Bring your kids, bring your grandkids, bring your nieces, your nephews, or just come by yourself and enjoy it, right? Good. Thank you both for being here.
Thank
It's
you,
always a
Ann.
pleasure to have you here and to
Likewise.
talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be again looking at the festival coming up. But we're going to be talking about why not the summer lunch program. That was a segue, wasn't it? Stay tuned. Music there. We always love music. But anyway, we're going to be talking about an amazing organization in our community. They do so much, but in the summer, they really shine. And you bring food to the table of many, many people. Kids, 18 and under. And you start on June 25th, I have here, to August 31st. So you are, Lori, is development.
I am.
Yep, and then we have Joanne. You've seen her on the show with the Y, but right now she's talking about Sikkim. And we're going to be talking about the program of which she's the director. So let's talk about that.
Okay, we'll start with the summer meals program. Great program. We're feeding children. So it certainly is a feel-good program. We have 19 permanent sites throughout Schenectady.
19, oh my God.
So we'll be using churches.
And one of them is my side.
Yes, one of them is my side. Yep. Churches, parks, our camp, of course, at Steinmetz Park. Some of the congregations. Jerry Burrell, Quackenbush, Jerry Burrell, Central, all the parks actually, Front Street. So we'll be stopping at all of those. There's two types of sites. There's a fixed site where volunteers from the community, anyone. Really.
Yeah, no, they sign up and they come and help.
We have over 1,000 volunteers that
that's
work
wonderful.
with us. And they come in and they actually serve lunch. So we have 2 hot meals a week, and we have 3.
I didn't know you had hot meals.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Chicken fingers or hamburger, something like that. So nothing major, but it's actually we did taste testing last week.
We have a new vendor.
We have a new vendor. So the food is very tasty.
And when you say vendor, so you have professionals prepare
We have
this.
professionals. JR Proprietors over on Albany Street. A local proprietor, a local vendor, and he's the one who's fixing the food. Great facility if you've never toured it. It's in the Charlie Mills building. So he'll be delivering to the permanent
How many
sites.
meals?
We do, I don't know how many throughout the year.
It's almost about 400,000.
Yeah.
No, but I was thinking every week. How many
Oh,
meals?
not every week. I mean, between the pantry and this, we could do the equivalent of 400,000 on a year.
400,000 meals.
Between
but
the
you don't do
pantry
that
and the
every
summer
week,
meals.
obviously.
No, but it
I
is
mean, you'd
here.
be feeding New York City.
Last year we served about 51,200 meals in the summer.
51,000, you went to 400,000?
No, I included the pantry meals.
Oh, the pantry, okay, got it.
Because we do the
okay.
food pantry
Okay, that's
equivalent
right.
of
I'm sorry.
meals.
And so this program, besides the lunch meals, we also do some breakfast sites.
Okay.
So it's a brown bag, and usually there's either cereal, some fruit, or a muffin, or a granola bar, something simple. But the Sikkim has 2 vans, bright vans that say Sikkim.
But these are prepackaged, so
these are prepackaged. They go to various sites. Department of Education insists that the children sit down and eat, which is not such a bad thing.
And put away your phones.
And put away your phones.
I hate that. Oh, I hate that. I go to a restaurant and I look and 4 people sitting there and they're all
And they're
like
all on
this.
their
It's like,
phones.
stop already. Look at each other.
Right. So hopefully we're going to eliminate that problem because we do have volunteers that work with us, and they'll be reading with the children, they'll be coloring, doing some arts and crafts, doing some self-awareness activities with them. Create, they're downtown here. In
Oh, yeah,
Schenectady.
Heather down there, yeah.
She'll be doing a program at Wallingford Park up in Mount Pleasant for the summer, trying to get the children as they're reading and then to interpret that into some kind of art project.
How wonderful
So,
that is. Aren't you excited
Yeah.
to be part of this?
Oh, yeah.
A terrific program, it really will be.
Yeah.
I mean, last year she did a whole program on, you know, eat your fruits, eat your vegetables through art.
Okay.
So it just aligned with the second mission of, you know, feeding people.
So the meals, I would assume the meals are going to be nutritious.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
nutritious, everything is balanced. There's no pork. So
Well,
we
because
have-
you run
right,
into the issue of dietary.
So we do have a hot dog day, and we'll have a hamburger day, of course.
Okay.
But then we do a turkey wrap. We'll be doing pizza, of course. Pizza's a big thing.
Kids
We'll
like
be
that.
serving yogurt with the granola bars in the morning for the children, and then hopefully fresh fruit throughout the summer. We'll be plugging
Carrot
into
sticks.
carrot sticks almost every day.
I love carrot sticks. Yeah, they're always good.
And
Celery
then,
sticks, carrot sticks.
You know, an
and-
apple or probably not bananas. Bananas aren't terrific during the summer. But
Well,
some
bananas
fresh
you have to be
fruit.
careful
have to
because they
careful.
bruise easily.
We have a nice little fun bag lunch this year that we're enclosing with some yogurt and granola snack and carrot
Cheese
sticks and cheese stick, and it's a really nice little children's bag.
That's
of
really
food.
great. Now you did bring a bag with you.
I did.
I like that.
I'm
That's
here
a
to
nice
talk a
thing.
little bit about our new name.
Yeah.
We've moved away from Schenectady Inner City Ministry, and we are now Schenectady Community Ministries.
Okay.
And this was announced
So we
just
get rid of
recently.
the I then,
We have
huh?
got rid of the I, and we've
But we
turned
put a
the.
little
But
nice
we've
little
made him a
purpose.
person because
Yeah.
we have 1,200 volunteers doing
So how
all
do
of the
I
Sikkim
have always
Christians.
called it Sikkim, but I can't do
Well,
that
it's
anymore.
technically Sikkim.
still Sikkim.
We're sort of playing on the word.
Okay, so I can still do that and
you
not
can
be
still
out
call,
of,
but it's the community ministries.
Yeah, okay.
Schenectady
I like
Community
that.
Ministries,
Yeah.
and we've changed the logo to include the heart and the caring of people.
Yep, and I see
And that
the
we
fork and the
feed,
spoon, yeah.
you know, feeding children, and we have the pantry, and we have a community
love your
garden,
logo. Your
and the
logo
community
is-
garden, you know.
Yeah.
So we try to incorporate all of our food
Yeah.
programs in our logo.
And the idea.
And I'm going to give you this bag.
Oh, well, thank you. And there's goodies in it, I
Yes,
can tell.
yes.
Goody, thank you.
Yeah.
Good, yes. Wonderful. But I love your new logo, I really do. And one of the things I think is an uphill battle is getting people that are not aware of fresh vegetables and fruits, what to do with them. Because, you know, they buy things in a can or this and that, but you hand them a rutabaga and they go, what the heck is a rutabaga?
Well, I mean, we
You know?
offer those classes at the food pantry and at the garden on
Yeah.
how do you grow these vegetables? What do you do with
What
them?
do you do with them
Yeah.
afterwards? Do you peel them? Do
And
you
the
eat them
summer,
with the skin on them?
the summer meals matches nicely with the food pantry.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
try to align all of that nutritional value.
Yeah,
And
but
cooking
I
classes.
think education is so important when it comes to food because it's so easy to do a fast food.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
is.
the worst thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat it occasionally because we all have a
Yeah.
hamburger out. That's not a deal. But to have that as a steady diet is what the problem is. And you're creating people that are not getting nutritional value out of their foods.
So one of the new things that we're having this year is one of our sites for the meals is going to be at the food pantry.
Okay,
So
good.
we'll be right there so that as the children are eating, parents can pick up maybe some bags of food if they
Yeah.
need to. But along with the fresh vegetables, they always have recipe cards. And Cornell does a partnership with
Cornell
us, and they're
Cooperative.
always there and they're helping doing some recipes and encouraging people to try them, at least try them, you know, and see, you know, and you never know, you might end up like, wow, this works.
This is really
You
good.
know,
I
this
really
is
like it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much the children sometimes; it's winning over the adults.
I know. And you know, you just have to explore your palate. You really need to explore that because, you know, sometimes they just look at food and say, no, I don't think I like that. And you say, do you ever try it? And they go, no, but I don't think I'm going to like it. Well, how do you know? If I put a chocolate cake in front of you, you've never had chocolate cake, would you still say the same thing?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Right, yeah. So that's one of the new initiatives this year, so that people will also be aware of the food pantry.
Yeah.
They're going to be expanding some hours there to include some weekend hours for people who are working. So we're hoping that as we're feeding
And that's on
the
Albany
children-
Street.
That's on Albany Street. So we're hoping as we're feeding them that they're also getting some terrific information on how to come back to get some food
Good.
For their families.
Great. So what
that's
a
our plan.
wonderful program, feeding the people, because I understand, and I think when I talked to Phil once, he mentioned, when I said, well, there's always the food snaps or the SNAP program, whatever you want to call it. And he says, but that doesn't cover the entire month.
No,
and I
it
was
doesn't.
not aware of that.
Yeah, no, it
It
doesn't.
says it covers about 17 days.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't cover.
And that's why you can get the supplemental food bags at the pantry.
Yeah.
Or the mass distribution day where you can get boxes of fresh fruits and vegetables once a month.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's great.
And the food pantry usually, on a fairly regular basis, has fresh fruits and vegetables, and I don't think people realize that.
No, they don't.
So stop in and grab some of those and try them.
Yes,
grab
absolutely.
some recipes and try them.
Well, thank you for what you do for our community. It's very important, and it fills a gap that's there.
Yes.
And we need to keep thinking about that. And we're talking with Schenectady Community Ministries. Yay, new name. I like it.
name.
New name, new logo. Love the logo. So anyway, we're going to take it. Thank you both for being here.
You're
and
welcome.
It's always
Thank you
good
for
to see
having
you.
us.
And we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to be talking about, well, more food. Strawberries, yay! Stay tuned.
There you are. Okay.
All right, say cheese. I'm coming. Hold on, sit there.
Got it.
I got it.
Ready?
Got it. Okay.
I got the picture.
And you have to say strawberries. Ready? Hold your crown.
Strawberries.
Ready? And make a
Here, look at the
Boom.
picture.
Strawberries. Hold it.
Oh, she's all done.
Sure, take it in now. And here we are back again, and I think there's a new name here, because it's called the Strawberry and Gourmet Food Festival. And who doesn't like strawberries and gourmet foods?
You can't beat it. It's
You
a great
can't
combination,
beat it.
right?
Yeah. Well, I guess you could beat it, but I don't know what you could beat it with. But
And
anyway.
we also have our art. Our art is
your
still
art,
there.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me, what's going to happen this year? Because this is, every year it's a little bit different. You do bring in something new.
Every year it is different. We expect to have fantastic weather on Saturday from 10
heard
to
that
6.
today.
Exactly. So it's going to be a perfect day to stroll the Upper Union Street area and stop and see the creative crafts that people will have, the wonderful food vendors that are going to be with us, and of course listen to great music. Colleen Pratt is going to be on site.
Colleen, she was on the show this past season, and she's an amazing vocalist.
Just looking forward to, I mean, think about it. You're walking outside, you're eating fresh strawberries, and you're listening to Colleen. And I can't think of a better way to spend
Bring
a
a lawn
Saturday.
chair with you. You can park on your park and just sit and enjoy.
Exactly, and of course, since it is a Strawberry Fest, Dunkin' Donuts is going to feature some strawberry donuts.
Okay.
McDonald's is going to have strawberry shakes. We're going to have strawberry smoothies. And
Can they buy strawberries there?
Of course, Burmaster Farms is on site with quarts and quarts and quarts and quarts of strawberries, fresh strawberries.
Love strawberries.
In season, delicious.
I make my own strawberry jam every year, and I just love it. I mean,
I don't believe I've ever had your fresh strawberry jam, Anne, and I think
I may have to bring you one. I think I'm going to have to bring you a jar.
Yes, yes.
I love making it, and it's like so good.
It's
and
such a it's summer all year round then, right?
Yeah. I put it in my freezer. I mean, it's a freezer.
Terrific.
Yeah.
We're glad to hear. So come on up to Upper Union,
I
get
will.
those strawberries ready to
Get
go.
my strawberries.
And we're going to have face painting. It's a great family activity. That's something I really like about the Upper Union Street area. When we open it up for the fest, it's a family day.
Absolutely.
Face painting. We have parking lots behind Trusco Bank.
Right.
We have parking lots now.
And there's street
all
parking.
behind most of the stores have their own parking lots. There's street parking. And, you know, taking a little stroll on a Saturday is not a bad thing either. So coming up, Home Furnishings will be there, and they have their flea market.
Doing a collection or flea market?
They have their flea market.
And if you don't know what Home Furnishings is, they do so much for our community.
They really do.
Helping the working poor. And what they do is when they get a lot of extra stuff,
correct,
they want to, they have to pay for the gas.
They absolutely do, and then it helps support the program.
Yeah.
So when you come and you'll find wonderful treasures, unique items, things you can't find in a store today. So it's well worth coming up and just perusing what they have, as well as enjoying the foods that are going to be available. Tesoro's is going to be featuring a strawberry crepe with fresh whipped cream. I can already taste it.
I know, my mouth is watering
I'm already there.
Yeah.
We're going to have a face painting. We'll be at the Great Sale Place. We're going to have balloon buddies walking up and down the street.
Nice.
Home Style, as usual, will have their bouncy bounce for the kids, and their own music will be playing there. So it's a way to just, again, walk up and down.
It's a festival.
Nina's Salsa, which is unbelievable. 3 or 4 different cheeses mixed in together with high-quality oils, garlic. You just put it on a piece of bread. It is heaven.
Oh, and you didn't bring any?
I didn't bring any. See, we have to start working together
I
here,
have to
Ann.
work together with these people. I get sick of mine with the lunches. They don't bring anything. You come, you don't bring anything.
No, we got to do something about this.
I'm going to wither to nothing.
But again, I want you all your viewers to come on up and see what we have. Of course, when you stroll, you get to see what our shops are carrying.
I was just going to say,
yes,
you have amazing shops and restaurants.
Oh, the food that comes from the Upper Union Street, just a little bit of every type of cuisine that you might want to sample.
It's true.
Really. And everybody will be out with little taste of what they have. And of course, the new City Squire is open.
I know.
So please be sure to stop by the new City Squire, see what they have on their menu. We will have our pony rides will be happening. Head to Tail will be having features for your canine and feline friends.
Yeah.
Always a great place to go. Gershon's, of course, a cornerstone of our community, going strong, fabulous food, outside patio, music right there.
And you got Japanese food.
Oh,
and
Mr.
I love those
Wasabi.
bento boxes.
Yes.
I love those.
Right. And then if you stroll up, Mustlers will be featuring a sidewalk sale, not only for the women's clothing at Mustlers, but again, the Marigold line will be there, and they're wonderful accessories. So if you have a person in your life, a woman in your life, you just don't know what to get her, check out what Marigold has to offer. It's very reasonably priced, very different sorts of jewelry, and handbags and scarves and so on.
Accessories are so, I mean, you can wear black and accessorize it and you're all set.
And what they have from Marigold is they're items that you don't find anywhere else, which is what Upper Union Street is about. You come up to us.
It's a unique shopping area. There's banks there. I mean, you name it. I mean, you could just park and just walk. I mean, and you get your shoes fixed too.
And you get your shoes fixed at Michael's, yes, in The Last Gentleman. Chris Mastriani is the president of our Upper Union Street Business Improvement District Board now, and he's really re-energized the area in a
he's a really nice guy.
Positive way.
And I love what he does with shoes.
With the soles, with the different colored soles, it's genius.
Yeah,
it's
he's
genius.
A genius.
Yeah. So again, the Upper Union Street Festivals, Strawberry Festival and Art is happening this Saturday from 10 to 3. And it stays going till 3 o'clock.
Come early, stay late.
Yeah, do that.
Walk around.
We have a lot of local food vendors and essential oil vendors that will be with us. Great. Evergreen Oil is going to be there, and if you know them, they're
local,
up on the local. They're
tried
on
to reach
Van
them
Antwerp.
to get them on the show, and I didn't.
Well, stop by the festival, and you'll be able to meet them.
Yeah, because I wanted to have them come on and talk about the oils.
It's oil and vinegars that are delicious, absolutely delicious. Avon will be there with their, cosmetic line as well as clothing line. Nice big booth for Avon. Northeast Jewelers is going to have always have a special feature for our festival. So Again,
There's just so much to see.
Spend a couple hours just walking around, eat,
enjoy,
visit,
find out what's there
enjoy,
if you've never been there.
and you'll see your friends. It's a great place to.
You meet
yes,
your friends.
You'll meet
I
all your
always
friends.
meet people I haven't seen in ages.
Truly,
so.
truly.
Well, Madeline Thorne, she's here representing the wonderful Upper Union Street. They have a lot of events coming up. They have runs. They have the Christmas, the tree lighting.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be talking throughout the year about different things coming up. But check it out. It's coming up this Saturday. Starts at 10, and stay as long as you want. Come early, stay late.
Right.
Enjoy your strawberries. Sit on the curb and eat your strawberries.
There we go.
Right, good.
There we go.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about it to an author who's done a wonderful book. I want to talk about that. Stay tuned.
What are you making?
Magnet.
Nice.
And then I'm selling strawberry pendants for today.
All right.
$5 each. Get that out of the way for you. Oops.
Okay. How's it going today?
Don't let me take my glasses
How's it going?
Right.
You're on film.
Oh, well, it's going very well, actually. We've had a steady stream of people,
Good.
and everyone is very interested in all the activities on the street.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So we're, we're pretty pleased with.
Well, it's not often I get to have an author on that has written a book that really is unusual, and not only that, but is inspirational, and it's about her dad, and it's called A Real Whole Lot. Where does that real whole lot come from? Well, in every letter that he's written to his wife, pretty much all of them, he says, I love you a real whole lot.
Right.
So tell me where you found these letters and how did this come about?
Well, the story of the letters for me start when I was a young person. My mother saved everything. And
good for her.
She had these large brown garbage bags full of these letters, which were called V-mail. They were a way.
I remember the V-mail, yeah.
Yes, it was a way
Victory
in which
mail, I think was it, yeah.
yes, the way in which Uncle Sam kind of Xeroxed letters, and it made it easy for them to get mail back and forth to service personnel when they were overseas. So I would play in this closet where these letters were, and my mother said, well, these are, letters from your father. And I said, oh, okay, well, I couldn't read, and it, it was just something there, and I never paid any attention to them. And I just assumed that as we moved, the letters moved with us.
And they obviously did.
Some of them did, because as I said, they were big, large brown bags of letters. My grandmother at some point, according to my sister, decided that it was time to purge these letters and threw them out.
Some or all?
Almost all, because my parents wrote to each other every day. My father sometimes wrote to my mother multiple times. So there were
his letters. I love his letters. He is such a caring man.
Yes.
When I'm reading this, it's like, well, like the one time when she was going to take the train, he was like, and do this, and then exchange there, and then don't do this, and do that, and ask this. It's like, and I found a place for you to stay. I mean, he was such a caring man.
Yes, 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 he was. He was.
She wasn't on her own, even when she wasn't with him.
Yes, exactly. It was kind of interesting, I mean, because these letters are during my parents when they were newlyweds, because they got married in June of 1941.
They got married, and then it was like
right.
Bam.
October, my father was drafted.
Yeah.
So they really didn't have that much time together. So this is when they're newlyweds, and so I was born after the war. And so, I have no concept of my parents as these newlyweds, as this romantic couple.
But these letters certainly gave you that.
Exactly, exactly. It did. My father was an English major, which was one of the things I found out.
I mean, he was a very intelligent man, and just his writing is wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, both my parents liked to write.
And, yeah.
Yes, and one of the things.
But we don't see her letters.
No, very few of her letters are in here, which is unfortunate. Yeah. But, when we were going through the letters, I said, well, did my father keep my mother's letters?
Well,
and
he couldn't keep all of them.
Right. Well, there is one of the letters that survives that he says, well, we're moving, and today I had to throw away 500 of your letters. So he kept letters. But you know,
until
they
he
didn't
couldn't transport. I mean, he was
exactly.
going from. I mean, they had to be streamlined when
Yes.
they were moving.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think that letter was when he was in North Africa and was moving to Marseille. So the letters are, there are things about them are just very interesting in terms of talking about family members, their aspirations, their activities,
names, yeah.
right.
I just felt that I had dropped into your family.
Yes, well,
I
thank you.
really felt that I had kind of immersed into this whole group of people, and you learn about the cousin and this and that. It's like it's just such a. It was so touching for me to read this.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very interesting. I mean, there's some things in the book, of course, in the letters that I had to do a little research on.
Yeah, you
there
did.
There are
yeah.
some references to things. It's like, now, who are they talking about?
Yeah, yeah, and you even tried to figure out who the person was, and you make a notation.
Yes, I tried to do that so that people could, you know, have a richer experience reading the letters. So that there was some perspective there. So yes,
and it helped you learn more about your family.
Yes, it did. It did. It definitely did. I mean, you know, there's some of the things in terms of aspirations. You know, for example, there's one point where my mother says she's not living with her mother. Her parents were separated, but she had her own place. Where she was rooming, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of the rooming there.
Yes, yes, yes. So she says that she had spent some time with her mother, and for this particular reason, something happened. She said, we need to relocate. And my father writes back and says, anywhere you want to go, we'll go.
Good for that. That's just wonderful, though,
yes.
too, that they were so loving, and he adored her. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
How has the family received this book?
It's been kind of interesting because my siblings haven't completely read the book, so they haven't read all the letters. So I really can't really have a conversation with them about the letters, but they're excited about it. They've been supporting me in promoting the book. And then extended family.
This is a little bit of family
history.
Yes,
definitely, definitely.
I mean, they're letters, but still there's so much other mentioning of people and stuff that, I mean, if it were me, I'd be reading this to see, well, is Uncle Jerry in here or what? Who's in here?
Yes,
and I hope there's nothing about Aunt Tilly, you know, or whatever. I'm making up that stuff, you know.
Right. Well, actually, I do have a cousin named Tilly.
Oh,
a nickname Tilly. So.
I'm sorry. I'm just making that up. But who knew?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
So it's, but I recommend this book. This is just a book that you can pick up at any time and read. How can they get the book?
Well, you can
have a website?
Yes, a website, Real Whole Lot. You can order directly from there. It's available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. The Albany Library has a couple of copies, and they're also available at the Book House in Stuyvesant Plaza.
Great.
Yeah.
So, well, I recommend, I don't always say I recommend the book, but I would recommend this because it's just a way of kind of dropping into another life, and that's what's, I mean, it's not fiction. This is real. This is real stuff.
Yes.
And to know what they went through during the war and what it was like, this is a tome of history.
Yes. Well, one of the things I use the hashtag Black Love because these are real people talking about their love for each other.
Absolutely.
And it's real. It's not fictional.
It was inspirational to me to read that. I said, oh, this is just such a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing that,
Okay.
or at least compiling it and doing the research, Jackie. It's just wonderful.
Well, thank you,
so
Ann.
much, and it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Same
too.
here, Ann.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Final Exit Network. Stay tuned.
This is Salzier, which we talk about all the time when I'm on the show.
Yep.
All the work here is handcrafted. I do all the decorative painting. My daughter Lauren does the beaded and polymer clay work. Actually, she's doing some demos on the porch right now.
Yeah, I got her on film.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Doing strawberry pendants.
15 other artists, local artists that we sell on consignment. So all of our work is, all of our posse is pretty local to the Capital District area. So.
Actually, this has got a lot.
This is not part of the Hemlock Society.
Guys, you haven't shopped for yet.
And here we are back again. And Eleanor, I've heard her speak, and I was just so, I found it very interesting, the work that she does and on behalf of an organization. She's an affiliate member. Not member, you're an affiliate.
I'm the affiliate leader.
Leader of the Capital District chapter. And this is called the Final Exit Network. And if you're wondering about the name, it's a way of, when she came and spoke to a group that I was at, I loved it that she brought all these forms about, you know, getting your forms, getting everything in order, getting your will in order, kind of getting ready, because let's face it, we got to leave here.
I talk about the subject that nobody wants to talk about. We all leave this earth dead. Nobody leaves it alive.
Yeah.
So after all these
Hopefully
wonderful
not.
programs about strawberries and wonderful books, I'm here to tell you that we're all going to die at some point, hopefully not too close, but you need to be prepared, and I represent Final Exit Network, which is an organization that believes people should take control of how they die.
Ahead of time.
Ahead of time,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, not leave it to somebody else.
Right. So there are really two organizations in the capital area that focus on this topic. One is Compassion and Choices, which is a national organization. They do wonderful education programs, but they also work toward the passage of laws which will allow physicians to prescribe medication to people who are within 6 months of dying.
And many of the conditions that people are in they're in a horrible state, state, and they don't want to go on.
Right.
And you know, the idea of, I mean, we are so compassionate when it comes to our dog, right? I mean, I don't mean to drop it to that level, but we care about that, and yet we don't always accept the wishes of the person.
Well, Anne, you have actually talked about something that energized me. What animated me was when my mother died of ovarian cancer decades ago. She was tethered to machines, she was miserable, she was in physical distress for 11 months. And
11 months?
11 months. And I was unable to do anything to alleviate, and I felt very guilty. When my beloved golden retriever was at the end of her days, I took her to the vet, I held her gently, and the vet administered a barbiturate, which let my dog slip peacefully away. And that was a moment where it crystallized. People should have this right. And actually, in the United States now, there are 7 states plus the District of Columbia where physician aid in dying is legal. It is legal in Canada. It is
I know. I had a friend that he had the most peaceful death that he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted.
Right. So you have to make preparation.
With his family all around him, and
absolutely,
and it was a very peaceful.
Right. But Americans tend to defer these decisions.
Well, we don't want to talk. My father, with a will. Dad, did you get a will? Well, yeah.
Right.
He couldn't do it. Now, I mean, I've had a will for I don't know how long. Once you have kids, you think, I better have a will.
Do you have a living will?
I have a living will.
And
I have
a health care proxy?
Yeah, a health care I've got it all. I have an attorney I work with, yeah.
Okay, well, it's important to put your wishes in writing. It's important to tell your closest family members what you want.
If you want to be cremated, tell them that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's important to support both Compassion and Choices and perhaps Final Exit Network, which has a slightly different mission. Final Exit Network educates, but it also provides a direct company at the end of life. And it teaches people how to achieve the end that they want.
Everybody's a volunteer.
Yes,
they're all volunteers.
Absolutely.
Volunteers. And it's that peacefulness that and I know I have 2 people that I know of. One had ALS, and he wanted to go so badly, but at that point there was nothing he could do.
Right. And something else I'd like to mention is that there is currently a bill in the New York State Assembly and Senate, and if you are in favor of physician aid in dying, you need to contact your state assembly person or your state senator. The bill is, and I have here It is, oh dear, where is it?
It
is S3151.
That's the Senate, okay.
And A2383.
Are the bills the same?
Yes, they are identical.
Yeah, because that's always a problem when
No.
one is different than the other.
In reconciliation, right.
Yeah.
No, and actually the Health Committee in the Assembly held 2 hearings on the bill. About 70% of New Yorkers approve of physician aid in dying.
Yeah. I don't know. I may have mentioned this to you before. I saw the movie Soylent Green, and Edward G. Robinson in it is just, he's going to go through the process, and his selection of dying. And it was like, oh, that's the way I want to go. It was like, the music he wanted, and everything was just perfect, and he was just at peace with it. And I thought, sometimes we allow people to be hooked up in hospitals with wires, and they don't want to be there, and they're miserable, and they just say, let me out of here. Right. And we have to have that option. But we're not talking about, I'm disgusted with this, that, and I want to do it. No. This has to do with illness. It's 6 months, and there's a lot of, and you have to have so many people. I mean, there's a lot to this. This isn't just random.
This is not capricious.
No.
This is not lighthearted. This is people who are facing a terminal illness which will end their lives, which will cause pain and suffering, which has no pretty end, and this is giving them a civilized, compassionate alternative.
Dignity. I call it dignity.
And that is what the movement is called. It's the Death with Dignity movement. Yeah. And it's a new movement. It really started in the 1980s. With the publication of Final Exit by Derek Humphrey.
Right.
And it's morphed since then. So it's an important part of life.
I just have to say who's coming up, and then we'll finish our interview here. The Electric City Barn next week. The Electric City Barn, that's an artist collaborative. Maple Ridge Greenhouse. Schenectady Police will be here to talk about the active shooter program, and we're going to be talking about responding to that. Run, hide, and fight. Those are the options, and you do them in that order. And then we're going to be talking about Schenectady Rotary with their 100-year celebration, and Waterford Museum will be on to talk about their events as well. I want to compliment you on taking on a task like this, because it's not a task that people want to hear about.
That is very true.
So it's not like, oh, Eleanor, I'm so glad to see you. You're going to be talking about final. No.
But I do this as a tribute to my mother, because I wasn't able to do it for her when she really needed it.
Right. And we talked about, the animal. I held my cat at the veterinary's office because I would not let my cat die alone.
When I do a presentation before groups, one of my slides says, please let me die like a dog.
That's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. But I know my cat, it was just one of those things I thought, I mean, cancer, terrible cancer and everything. And it was like, I could keep this cat alive, but why, the cat wanted to go, you could tell.
It's an act of cruelty.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I want to thank you for being here today and talking about that. And I understand your husband is going to come on the show maybe and talk about.
Well, you'll have to talk.
I'll have to talk to him first. Yeah, he's going to talk about electricity maybe. Are you out there? I think he's out there.
He's out there, and he's probably ready to kill me.
He's got this funny look on his face, so I'm not sure.
Do talk to him.
Yeah, I will. This is how I get my guests. I coerce them. So
that was a surprise attack.
I do it all. Thank you for watching Schenectady today in and around the Capital Region. We're so happy that you're joining us today, and please join us again next week where we have another great lineup. I'm Ann Prill, your host.